I always use the Lego Family Spirits. One of their slogan is to bring back language and culture through play. That's such a powerful thing, and that's something our communities need. A lot of First Nations communities, their language and culture was ripped away from them, and it's starting with, didn't start with my generation, but a couple generations before me, of being able to bring back that language and bring back that culture and being able to share that with my generation down. I think that's a really good thing that I have learned with the Family Spirit program is I think it empowers us as First Nations.
Spirit itself stands for supporting play and intergenerational relationships with Indigenous traditions. And to me, Spirit is this global movement, this understanding that the solutions for the well-being and the joy of our families comes from our communities. And the dancing that we just saw with the children was just incredible. Even in that time, I saw 5 different lessons about how to be in community with one another amongst the children, which to me tells me that this community is teaching their children, how they want them to grow up to be good community members.
It's a very special week because it's just a way that I know a lot of the rest of the BC pilot sites are doing a lot of work along with everybody else, and it's just a nice way for us to show everybody else of what we're doing and how we're doing, and to be able to get feedback on how everything's going as well.
It just feels really nice to be in a collective group where you're all coming with something different and sharing something different and hearing the way other countries do it and other cultures do things, but also hearing all the similarities and the same struggles, but also different struggles, right? Like, where there's so much we can learn from each other, but there's also so much that we can say, hey, yeah, we get that, right? So
speaking personally, when I went to Australia last year and just hearing and seeing of what the other communities are doing in their own space and how they're doing it and how successful they were made me think of like, oh my gosh, I can do something similar to that.
I work at the Puram Language Nest, which is the first total immersion play group in Australia. So yeah, we're the first language nest, so we have children from 0 to 5 and we immerse them in our language 4 days a week with their mothers and with our elders. So that's the intergenerational play space. Our language is severely endangered. We only have around 10 to 20 fluent speakers left, so it's our dream to raise our children as first language speakers again so they can carry the language forward. Even though we're separated by such vast oceans, we have such similar stories and so much shared experience, especially with colonisation of our people.
There's so many crossing over of our different cultures, so we have a lot of similarities in our revitalisation and restorative processes, and we also have a lot of sort of similarities in terms of our experiences of colonisation, and it's just wonderful to be able to show that we're not alone. So we want to dismantle colonial systems, but we also need to build our new worlds, and I think what I've seen with all the communities that we've visited so far, they're all building the worlds. They're using the knowledge from their ancestors, which is what we want to do as well. That's what we're trying to do, to build, or I would say maybe rebuild the worlds.
We have seen how sharing family spirit across the United States has been really successful in some of these similar needs, connecting home visitors across our country, finding solutions together, so that you're not having to reinvent the wheel for kind of every issue or challenge that comes up. To me, that's one of the biggest values as an Indigenous person, is that when you know something, when you have something to share, you don't just kind of keep it in your own little corner, right? It's our responsibility to give where that might be needed in the ways that it might be needed. So it just felt like good timing. The Lego Foundation's Build a World of Play Challenge also, I think, kind of coincided with some of the things that they've been thinking about in terms of sharing it more globally, and it just all worked out as it should have.